Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, DR.UMAR Ifatunde Ogun Tade. Destiny has returned and Ogun wears the crown. Brothers and sisters, I'm not going to keep you too long, but I want to touch on this LeBron James situation. Greetings to all my lionesses and Leos. Peace and Pan-Africanism to all members of the global African ancient sacred family. Remember, we are the chosen ones. African people are the chosen ones. Religion has nothing to do with you being the chosen. We are the original man and woman. We are the first. We are the greatest. We are the chosen ones. I'm joining you live and direct. Leo season, King Kong, back at FDMG getting the work done. The sun came out soon when I started to talk. Sun playing games with me. First the sun was behind me. Now the sun is in front of me. The sun playing games right now. But I'm a son of the sun, so I can't complain. The LeBron James Promise School goes to 8th grade, or does it go to 12th grade? It goes to 8th grade. That's what I thought. It goes to 8th grade. So if the LeBron James Promise School goes to 8th grade, and not a single 8th grader can pass the Ohio State math assessment, does that mean they all get retained, or do they all get socially promoted into high school even though they can't count on grade level? I'm going to ask the question again, because I think the LeBron James I Promise Academy of Akron, Ohio is guilty of perpetuating the school to prison pipeline. I said I believe the LeBron James Academy of Akron, Ohio is guilty of perpetuating the school to prison pipeline. I'm not blaming LeBron James. I'm not blaming LeBron James. He's not an educator. He's an athlete. I'm not blaming LeBron James. But if not a single 8th grader passed the Ohio State math assessment in the past 3 years, if there hasn't been a single 8th grader at the LeBron James I Promise School of Akron, Ohio, to pass the Ohio State math assessment in 3 years, does that mean we had 3 years of 8th graders repeating 8th grade? Or does that mean we had 3 years of 8th graders being socially promoted to high school? Can somebody answer the question? Can somebody answer the question? Did those 3 years of 8th graders, were they forced to repeat 8th grade at the I Promise School, or were they socially promoted into an Akron high school even though they couldn't count? Oh, yes. LeBron James, you got to get an investigative team together, my brother. LeBron James, I think you need to sue Akron City Public Schools for misrepresenting an institution that bears your name. LeBron James, get your money back, brother. LeBron James, get your money back, brother. LeBron James, get your money back, my brother. Because if you're telling me this school's supposed to be so great, this is the school that you Negroes threw up in my face for 3 years. This is the school you Negroes threw up in my face for 3 years. This is the school you Negroes threw up in my face for 3 years. They get millions of dollars from LeBron James, and you're telling me 3 consecutive years of 8th graders not passing a minimum basic skills test from the Ohio Department of Education. That means the LeBron James I Promise School is guilty of academic failure, guilty of social promotion, and the LeBron James I Promise School is guilty of perpetuating the school to prison pipeline. The school to prison pipeline. The school to prison pipeline. The school to prison pipeline is not his school. It's a public school. But I understand, understand, and overstand some of you Negroes have comprehension problems. It's all right. Do I need to give you a comprehension evaluation? I have no problem diagnosing one of my adult brothers and sisters with a listening comprehension disability. I mean, that's what I do. That is what I do. Do you need an evaluation for listening comprehension disability? Because I will gladly give you an evaluation for listening comprehension disability. Okay, brothers and sisters? I don't want to harp on this LeBron James thing, but it does teach us 3 things. I don't want to harp on the failures of the LeBron James I Promise Academy, but it does teach us three things. What's the first thing it teaches us? The first thing we have learned, I already knew, but you needed to learn. I already knew, but you needed to learn. I already knew, but you needed to learn. The first thing we learned from this controversy at the LeBron James I Promise School, lesson number one, it doesn't matter how much money goes into a school. It doesn't matter how much money goes into a school. It doesn't matter how much money goes into the school. If white women don't want to teach black children, white women are not going to teach black children. Let me say it again. Oh, yes, I'm playing the race card. Oh, yes, King Kongalicious, Leo season, Black August, day number 2, I'm playing the race card. The first thing we learned from this, it doesn't matter how much money goes into a school. It doesn't matter how much money goes into a school. It doesn't matter how much money goes into a school. White women who don't care about teaching black children are not going to teach. White women who don't care about teaching black children still are not going to teach. That's the first thing that we learn. Money doesn't matter at the end of the day when it comes to education, because education is a helping profession. If you love children, you will teach, no matter how poorly you're being paid. And if you don't love children, you won't teach, no matter how much money is being made. I'm going to say it again. If you love children, no matter how poorly you are being paid, you will teach. And if you don't love children, no matter how much money you make, you still won't teach. Let me say it one more time for the Negro coons. Let me say it one more time for the Negropeans. No matter how much money goes into a school, if the teachers don't want to teach, they're not going to teach. And no matter how little money goes into a school, if you love children, you're going to teach. This controversy at the LeBron James I Promise School should show every African on the planet Earth that money into the school does not equal a better education. Money into a school does not equal better education. Money into a school does not equal better education. What's the second thing the LeBron James I Promise School controversy taught us? And by the way, I support my brother LeBron James. Ain't no issues there. I support my brother LeBron James. He is not to blame for this. LeBron James is not to blame for this. The second thing we learned from the I Promise tragedy at LeBron James School, black parents don't care if their children are being miseducated if the school is associated with the celebrity or appears on the surface to be doing what it claims to do. I'm going to say it again. If the school looks pretty, if the school comes with perks like free LeBron sneakers and free laptops and free trips, black parents will overlook a bad education if they are getting certain incentives. I'm going to say it again. Black parents will overlook a poor education if they are getting certain incentives. I'm telling you what I know. This is why a lot of black parents will overlook poor charter school education. If the charter school comes with certain perks and certain incentives, they will overlook a poor education for the perks. Black parents will overlook a poor education for the perks. That's the second thing that we learn. That's the second thing that we learn. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism coming to you live from the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Leo season, Black August, day 2, and I'm the king of the Leos. I am the king of the Leos. I am one of the divine 5 of the Pan-African Leos. I am one of the divine 5 of the Pan-African Leos. Who are the divine 5? The most honorable Marcus Garvey. Who are the divine 5? Emperor Menelik II. Who are the divine 5 of the Pan-African Leo pantheon? His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Who are the divine 5? Edward Wilmot Blyden, the greatest black scholar of the 19th century. Who are the divine 5? And we can't leave out Queen Mother Ancestor, Anna Julia Cooper. We can't leave out Queen Mother Ancestor, Anna Julia Cooper. We can't leave out Queen Mother Ancestor, Anna Julia Cooper, the third black woman in America to get her PhD, the first black woman in DC, if I'm not mistaken, to get her PhD, and the first black woman to graduate from the Sorbonne in Paris, France, brothers and sisters. And I make up the fifth. There's Garvey, there's Blyden, that's Selassie, that's Menelik, that's Anna Julia Cooper. It's the Divine Six. My apologies. The Divine Six of the Leo Pan-Africanist Pantheon. The Divine Six of the Leo Pan-Africanist Pantheon. The third thing we learned about the I Promise tragedy in Akron, Ohio. Third thing we learned is that propaganda will make the worst school look like the best and the best school look like the worst. The third thing we learned, propaganda will make the best school look like the worst and the worst school look like the best. Propaganda will make the best school look like the worst and the worst school look like the best. They've been telling us the LeBron James school was the standard for public education. They've been telling us for 3 years that the LeBron James school was the standard for education, and the whole time they knew LeBron James school wasn't teaching our children how to count on grade level. They knew they were failing those children, but they never thought it would get out. They knew they were failing those children, but they never thought it would get out. They knew they were failing our children at the LeBron James I Promise Academy, but they never thought that it would get out, brothers and sisters. They never thought it would get out. They lied to us, made us think that the LeBron James school was some high achieving school. No, it wasn't. It just looked pretty, sound pretty. It came with a whole bunch of perks and incentives, but at the end of the day, your job is to teach children how to read, write, count, and think. That is the essential foundation of an education. How to read and comprehend, how to write and understand it, how to count and to calculate, and how to think strategically in this world. That's what school is about, not free sneakers and laptops, not pretty buildings and nice uniforms. See, y'all get caught up in the way it looks. Y'all don't get caught up in the product it produces. Y'all get caught up in the way the school looks. Y'all don't get caught up in what the school produces. Y'all get caught up in how the school looks, but y'all don't get caught up in what the school produces. LeBron James, if you need my help, I would love to go into your school, my brother, and conduct a comprehensive analysis of the state of special education at your I Promise school, because I'm willing to bet you, LeBron James. I'm willing to bet you, LeBron James. I'm willing to bet you, LeBron James, that they are putting black kids in special ed like it's going out of style inside your school, my brother. They putting black children into special ed like it's going out of style in your school, my brother. They putting black children into special ed like it's going out of style in your school, my brother. You need the Prince of Pan-Africanism to go through that school, look at all the evaluations, look at the IEPs, talk to the special ed teams, talk to the multidisciplinary teams. Let me interview the parents, talk to the children. LeBron, you need a thorough investigation into the special ed climate, my brother. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave the LeBron James thing alone. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave the LeBron James thing alone. Woo! All the insects is coming out to pick with me today. All the insects is coming out to pick with me today. All the insects is coming out to pick with me today. Last thing I'm going to say about the LeBron James situation. LeBron James, I want you to be careful. LeBron James, I want you to be careful. LeBron James, my brother, listen to your brother, King Kong. I'm your elder. Listen to me, brother. I'm your elder. Listen to me, LeBron. I'm your elder. I want you to be careful because first, young Bronny James has the medical emergency last week, the cardiac scare. All praise be to the Most High God. My little brother Bronny James is in good health. All praise is due to the Most High God. My little brother Bronny James is in good health. All praise is due to the Most High God. My little brother Bronny James is in good health. But first we get the Bronny James cardiac scare. Now they're exposing your school for failing math scores. First we get the Bronny James cardiac scare, and now they're exposing your school for poor math scores. LeBron James, I hope you're listening to me, brother. Be careful. First we get the Bronny James cardiac scare, and now they're exposing your school for poor math scores. They been know your school had poor math scores, my brother. Please be careful, LeBron. Please be careful, LeBron. You see what they did to Kobe. You see what they did to Kobe. You see what they did to Kobe the GOAT. Kobe want to come out with his own sneakers. They said, no, sir. You will not compete with the #1 sneaker brand on this planet. Kobe wanted to come out with his own professional basketball league. They said, no, sir. You will not compete with the #1 basketball league on this planet. Please learn from what they did with Kobe. The assassination of Kobe Bryant. The assassination of Kobe Bryant. The assassination of Kobe Bryant. LeBron, be careful. I'm not saying they up to no good. I'm not saying that. And we're going to speak nothing but prayer and protection over the LeBron James family, the wife, the children. We're going to speak nothing but prayers and protection. But I want you to be careful, my brother, because you have been the face of black athletes for 2 decades. You have been the face of black athletes for 2 decades. All of a sudden, Bronny James is having a cardiac arrest. Thank God he's good. And a few days later, they're exposing low math scores at your school, my brother. I'm not liking the energy. It could be coincidental. It could be coincidental. It could be coincidental. But LeBron, please be careful, my brother. Please be careful. Remember the lesson of Kobe. Kobe Bean Bryant was assassinated for daring to challenge the power structure with his own sneaker line and his own professional basketball association.